ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round number 10 of the RSF1 racing series here with Division 4. Now, today we've got the championship battle between Millsy and Lincoln, which is looking quite close at the moment. I believe it's a 6-point swing to Millsy as things stand. Now, as you can see, we're on board with Lincoln at the start of his lap and the end of his lap here in Q1, and it should be enough to put himself through, and he does a 28.9 as he improves it now to a 27.9. He improves by an entire second, which will be enough to go through. Millsy has also retired. He's made a huge mistake and he has crashed, which I did not catch, but the championship leader, Millsy, is going to be starting from the rear of the field as LA16 Ham tops this session. But yeah, Millsy has made a royal mistake and he will be starting from the rear of the field. So it's a lot for him to do now from that situation, especially around Britain where the DRS train is massive. And Lincoln on Q2, he's made a huge mistake. He's banged into the wall and he's lucky to only lose an end plate from that one. Very, very fortunate mistake there from Lincoln. Yes, he could have avoided it, but luckily for him, it's only wing damage. It could have been much, much worse, and he could have been starting at the back and not capitalising on his championship rival's mistake. As LA16 Ham tops the session, Kachow then goes to P2, with Lincoln still down the very bottom without setting a lap. As Kachow's going for another lap, and he loses the back end. He's into the wall. Kachow is out. Kachow is out. He's down in 10th place, and he is out of this session. Now Lincoln to the line. Can he do enough to put himself into Q3? Should be just enough. There's a lap of a 28.0. Should be enough. Immortal's turn now to see if he can set a lap. He's on the soft tyres and he goes only 6th. Should be a little bit disappointed with that. Now Pierre setting a lap. Wait. Why is Pierre turned left? Right there. Pierre's turned right and it's come across the track. He's crashed. And Source has come through and Source has hit him. RSF1 Source has hit him as well. And I think it also ruined Rogue's lap. Absolute chaos there from one mistake. And now Active Fox is trying to come through and set a lap. Doesn't see the car there on the apex. And he just about seems at the last minute. But it costs him so much time. And that will put him out as well. So that one mistake from Kachow has cost Source, Active Fox and Rogue their laps. And they are all out of this session. We're going to have 8 people going, 8 drivers going for the shootout. Cornet Star obviously had a quali ban, so he's starting at the back of the field as well. Now Desbro coming around, be the first man to set a lap, loses the back end slightly, and he sets a 28.4 as a banker lap, but I can imagine he'll improve massively. There's LA16 Ham now for 27.9. Immortal 27.9 as well, but goes top. Mike goes with a 28.1. Now is Old Manzi. Goes top for 27.7. LA16 Ham 27.5 to the top of the stand-ins. Who can beat that? Lincoln around the final corner. 27.6 just behind LA16 Ham. Now Button. Can Button put himself in contention for pole position? Decent final few corners there. And he goes for a 27.3. Goes pole right now above Trick 2 Pines with 27.3 as well. LA16 Ham's now third, with all those laps being completed. Immortal has given up. Immortal's done. That's his qualifying done. He's going to be starting P8. And it looks like the only man that can beat Button for pole position right now is RSF1 Lincoln. He's coming around the final few corners. A couple guys might be able to get close to Button's lap. But here comes Lincoln now through the final few corners. Can he do enough to put himself on provisional pole with 20 seconds left on the session? And he can! A 27.2 puts himself into provisional pole. Here comes LA16 Ham around the final few corners. Can he do enough now to get himself into contention again for pole position? He's coming around the final few corners, and I think he's not going to do enough. He's improving slightly, but will it be enough to take provisional pole back? I don't know. Button's done. Trick 2 Pines is done. Desbro's done. Mike's done. Old Manzi's done. It's only LA16 Ham that can take it away, and he does not do it. P4. Lincoln's currently up in his lap. Makes a slight mistake into the final few corners, which will cost him time, but he still gets provision. He still gets pole position over Button. That's the front row for this Grand Prix. What a qualifying session. The top 4 being separated by under 2/10 of a second. Crazy quali, and wow. Now, Brave is starting in P17. You've got Millsy, P16. Cornet Star in P15. Three-time winner, I think, this season. Two-time winner. Not overly sure. Pierre in 14th. You've got Rogue in 13th. Scotsman in 12th. We're doing this way differently because we're doing a silent formation lap for Shrimper, who sadly passed after his battle with cancer, and we're doing that out of respect. Active Fox in 11th. We've got Source in P10, with Kachow getting P9. Immortal, Kachow and Source also will be on fresh tyres due to their crashes in Q2. Immortal P8. We've got Olmanzi P7. Bizarre Mike starting in 6th place with Desbro in P5. LA16 Ham in P4. Trick 2 Pines in 3rd with Button and RSF1 Lincoln making up the front row. With Lincoln getting pole position, is a massive chance for him to gain points on Millsy, who's starting down in P15. But guys, I'm going silent from this point. I'd like to thank everybody for that, and that was for Shrimper, who sadly lost his battle with cancer of late. And yes, we will miss you, mate, and we'll do this race is for you. It's going to be a crazy one. And as we go to the 5 red lights, and it's go, go, go here for the Britain Grand Prix in F4. Everyone got their pink helmets on. A few people with the 84 as well. As Lincoln goes wide into turn 1, comes back on. He has a little bit of contact with LA16 Ham sideways, and he somehow manages to not spin the car. And as you can see, his championship rival Millsy is already behind him, and he's hit the back of him. I think Millsy may have just got wing damage on the back of his championship rival Lincoln, who did start on pole position and has dropped down to P13 off the line after that half spin off the back of LA16 Ham. Now he's got it all to do. Can he make his way through the field? He's already got past Kachow back in the P12. And as you can see up the field a slight bit, LA16 Ham is getting away. He's on the soft compound of tyre. Button in P2. Trick 2 Pines P3. Desbro P4. Scotsman P5. You got Mike in 6th. Immortal 7th. Old Man Z 8th. RSF1 Source 9th. Cornet Star making up the final points position as of lap 1 so far. Lincoln's all the way down to P12, losing 11 positions off the grid, off the line. Crazy, crazy start there. You wouldn't expect that to happen. And our biggest gainer is Braver Container, who started the rear of the field and has already got himself up into 12th place. Really crazy start there for him. Now we go on to see what's happening. Actually, Kachow and Millsy are in the pits, and Kachow's hit the back of Millsy on the entrance of the pits, giving Millsy a 5-second speed in the pit lane penalty for ramming him there. Kachow also gets a penalty for hitting the back of Millsy. Crazy scenes entering the pits at the end of lap 1. Now we continue. LA16 Ham has got a 1.4 second gap going into lap 3, so we won't have to worry about the DRS. And everybody behind him is going to be in a lovely little DRS train as Old Manzi and Source go side by side. Source is coming across onto the racing line a slight bit, not realising Old Manzi was still there. Slight bit of contact, but not enough to disrupt either car. And we continue as we are. Braver Container now up 7 places with that strange line through there. And he is flying on those soft tyres. He is making his way through this field nicely. You got Pierre all over the back of Lincoln at this point. As we look in front, Braver Container looking to defend from Cornet Star by attacking Old Manzi at this point. And I think he might be able to do it. Braver Container in the background of Old Manzi. He's going to slipstream in with the DRS as well. ERS usage. Old Manzi does have DRS as well, but he's not going to fight this one too hard. And Braver's up another position in P9. What a start. Now we jump forward. He's into P8. I don't know what's happened. Someone's dropped down a position somewhere. He's passed Mike, actually. Now he's all over the back as RSF1 Source. Can he make that move on Source? Immortal all over the back of Desbro. And as you can see, Braver's side by side with Source. Tiny bit of contact. And he makes the move stick before he gets down to Cops. Lovely overtake. Braver's now up at P7 from 17th on the grid. Now Cornet Star's got 2 people in front of him going side by side. Old Manzi and Bizarre Mike. Cornet Star thinking about a move down the inside. He's going to go down the inside of Mike. Can he make it stick? Mike stays there. Side by side. Mike squeezes him slightly. Keeps the position for now. But Cornet's going to have another go at some point soon, I reckon. He's going to think about it. And he slots him behind him. He does get a 3-second time penalty for cutting the corner slightly there, which is a bit unfortunate. Cornet's all over the back of Mike, but now we've got side by side Immortal and Button. And Button seems to have an issue. Sorry, not Immortal and Button, Braver Container and Button. But Brave has gone past Button with ease, and at this point I didn't know, but Button has damage, and he is dropping back. He was in P4, and he is just slipping back, maybe even P3. Not good news for Button, and he is trying his very best to get his way through the field, but it is what it is, and he's dropping back now. He's losing hand over foot. You got Mike now all over the back of him. We got Old Manzi here going side by side with Cornet Star, and you can see Source is around, and Old Manzi had nowhere to go and has got into the side of Source. Lucky that neither car is out after that contact. That was huge. That was a crazy crash. I don't know how Source managed to put himself on the racing line there facing the wrong way, but he did. And absolute chaos broke out. As you can also see, Trick 2 Pines is off the circuit, which gives Lincoln another free position. So he's been given 3 positions left, right and centre, the lucky git. And he's up into 8th place now. He's battling his way through by just literally being in the right place at the right time. Now Braver all over the back of Immortal. Both drivers started on the soft tyres. Immortal started on the 1 lap used, I believe, soft tyres. Braver started on fresh, as well as LA16 Ham starting on the worn softs at the start of the race as well. As Desbro now in front of Immortal. Immortal's thinking about a move down the inside of Desbro. Won't go for it yet, I don't think. But he's just going to sit behind him right now. As Scotsman has been burning his ERS to stay in front of these guys, who are in a bit of a DRS train now. And when he runs out of DRS now, it's going to be a massive, massive issue. He will be passed. As Braver now, looking like he's going to go for a move down the inside of Immortal. Lovely braking move. Slight bit of contact. Immortal may have turned in a little bit more than Braver was expecting. And it has resulted in Braver going around. And his tyres are really hot right now. And he's spun again. Wow. The Braver fight has possibly ended there with a slight misjudgment, and he has reversed off the racing line, which is clever driving. Very unfortunate, but now we jump forward to Immortal, all over the back of Desbro. Desbro's been all over the back of Scotsman for a while now. Immortal's thinking about a move, but you can see the DRS training is causing issues. And Scotsman's now down to 11% used EOS, and that will cost him. He's going to run out of ERS down this straight, and I think Desbro will be able to make this move nice and comfortable because there's no ERS for Scotsman to defend with anymore. And as you can see, flies past him, makes the move, and there was literally nothing Scotsman could do. Now Immortal trying to make the move immediately, and he goes around the outside on the curb. Beautiful move. Scotsman losing 2 positions in the same amount of corners. And that is it for Scotsman's fight for now. He's going to now save ERS and hopefully settle himself down. He don't need to worry. If he worries about it at this point, it will cost his race. So he just needs to sit there in the DRS train now and just wait. Just wait for the perfect time. As Bizarre Mike now looking for a move down the inside of Call It Star. Call It Star respects him and gives him loads of space. More than he probably needed to give him. And it doesn't matter as Rogue is about to retire in the pit lane. It's always a telltale sign if they've sped into the pit and they're at the back of the field that they're going to retire. And that is Rogue's race done. As you can see now, Bizarre Mike all over the back of Cornet Star. Lincoln just behind the both of them. And Scotsman and Immortal are both in the DRS still of Desbro. So he's not lost them, he's not managed to pull away. And I think Immortal might be going for a move on Desbro very, very shortly. As you can also see in front, actually, I think he did go for the move. Desbro turns in. Immortal realistically didn't have anywhere to go, so he just sits behind him for now, and we settle down. We look now forward to lap 10. Desbro's been using his ERS to defend. This time he can't, Immortal's way too close to him. Easy, comfortable move there for Immortal, and he's up into P2. Lovely for Williams, 1-2, and the 1-2's gone because LA16 Ham has pitted, and so has Immortal. Which, it goes bad to worse for Immortal from this point. He's pitted for the mediums, but exiting the pit lane, he told me, which I didn't know at this time, he hit the pit wall because of a gear problem, and it put him in the wall, and that was front wing damage, which he had to circulate for another lap. As you can see now, he's coming in to repair that front wing. He's going to go for an aggressive tyre strat now, going for the soft tyres, and that demotes him from P2 to last. He is now last. That's really unfortunate for Immortal, but what can you do? It does happen. As in front of Bizarre Mike, you can see Scotsman and Cornet Star, who are battling for the race lead at this point. Side by side, Cornet Star, who started last, may I add. He started last, or right at the back of the field anyway, might have been 15th. But he has battled his way through beautifully. The 2-time race winner already this season has done a cracking job. Everyone else has pitted other than Cornet Star in the top 5. He has stayed out, and I'm not really sure why he stayed out, but he has, and he's continuing for now. Also, LA16 Ham on the mediums as well has not pitted. Cornet Star will have to pit very, very shortly because he needs to get off those tyres. As we go on Bubble Mike now, who's making a move on Scotsman down the straight, nice and easy, DRS assisted with a bit of ERS usage as well, and he is up into 4th. Now we got a yellow flag in sector 2. And it looks like it's a Mercedes. It's Trick 2 Pines. He's out. Trick 2 Pines is out of the Grand Prix as Cornet Star has pitted on this lap. So he's pitted perfectly at the right time under the safety car. LA16 Ham now has to pit at the end of that lap because he did go past the pit lane. And that is going to cost him a lot of time. Desbro's coming into pits to get rid of his 5-second time penalty, which is smart driving. But he gains another one. Oh, Desbro. Oh, dear. Comes in to get rid of a 5-second penalty and gains another one on the entrance to the pit lane. Oh dear. Not ideal. Now we go to the safety car restart. Lincoln somehow finds himself in 3rd. As Scotsman goes early. Scotsman did gain a 5-second time penalty under the safety car for bizarre reasons. Nobody really knows what happened. But he did gain a 5-second time penalty, which probably will be removed by the end of the race. And Cornet Star and Lincoln and Active Fox, LA16 Ham's in a perfect place right now, actually, because he's got no time penalties. So he is currently the net leader unless any time penalties can affect things. But right now, him and Old Man's are the only two drivers without a penalty. Now we go and look at the gaps. Scotsman's already got a second gap. He needs to break more than that. As LA16 Ham ruins it. He's got a 3-second time penalty, so now he has to win on track. Because he will have to pass everybody in front of him. Kachow Sauce battling in the background. Cornet Star now leading the race. Scotsman and Cornet Star wins. Lincoln comes home in P2. Scotsman P3. Kachow will get P4. No, Active Fox will get P4. Kachow gets P5. LA16. Oh no, everything's changing. We'll go through the order in a moment, but everything just keeps changing, and I can't keep up. But all we know is Cornet Star has won the race. Lincoln gets P2, with P3 going to RSF1. Well, sorry, his former name RSF1 Scotsman, but we'll go with Scotsman 79. It's got a load of random numbers on the end. So AlphaTauri getting P3, McLaren getting the win, and Mercedes getting P2. 4th place Active Fox, 5th Old Manzi, 6th Kachow, 7th LA16 Ham. It was looking really promising for him at one point in that race. Gets the fastest lap of the race though, which is good for him. 8th RSF1 Source, 9th Immortal, 10th Millsy getting the final point, 11th Bizarre Mike, 12th is Pierre B. And the last classified finisher is 13th place Button. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this and you're new around here, subscribe for more. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. I've been Chris 12 LFC or RSF1 Chris, however you want to know me. And I'll see you later.